Yes, there is a reason that the music sounds like shit, folks. And it is because right before we went on the air, one of my cables died. And so I didn't have the time to replace it. And I really wanted to get into the stream. So yeah, that's where I am today. Welcome everybody back to another stupid sports show. I'm your host Jim B here on 1069 Click FM. Zach B, Logan, True North, William. I saw Tim and Sticks in here earlier. Yeah. We are here for some NHL hockey. And we watched the rinkside reporter get sprayed with snow from an ice. I think somebody was trying to hit Ovechkin and they missed. So yeah, we're taking on the Capitals and the Blue Jackets. I grew up a Capitals fan, and I haven't actually paid much attention to them since their Stanley Cup run. I was just happy for it to happen, and went from there. And just so you know, if like the framing of everything looks a little bit off, it's just because I had to rearrange everything and clean up the studio today. So a lot of stuff is probably not in its right place, or things may look a little bit weird. So it's not you. Like, I literally had to move everything around. So, and I never really keen on putting it back where it was in the first place. So, but anyway, I'm excited for this. I see that the Caps are doing decently in the Metropolitan, fourth, and then the Columbus Blue Jackets they're existing as the Columbus Blue Jackets. They just can't ever seem to get it all together in one season. I feel a bit bad for them. But I am hoping that all of you are having an enjoyable day, and that we've all been able to get a little sigh of relief because of the news earlier about Damar Hamlin. So that was something good to come out of the day. Not so good having to deal with all the vaccine people that are spouting up again. And just unfortunate what some people will do to either ruin somebody's day, or get the most outlandish response possible, or just try to trigger somebody. Oh. And of course, I could have taken my time. They are going to drag this out because I know that the Capitals don't really get, let's just say, a lot of attention. I think Ovechkin might be the only thing that is hauling people in at the moment as far as keeping track of the Capitals, and maybe hoping that he breaks another point record on the way somewhere. And also, I was very closely considering whether or not to do bingo for tonight's stream, and I think I gotta improve the list, or find ways to organize it, because right now it could be in for some of the same messes that we had when you started up the NFL bingo. So I'm trying to figure those out, and hopefully I can bring it to you when will have a better idea of what to be listening for, to look for, so we're not always scrambling for spots. And also that the board and the lists will end up in a place where there's a good chance we can get a winner, and we don't always, have to go scrambling to other games to fill in. So that's where we are. Oh, we got coverage of the World Juniors going on right now, and apparently Sweden tied up America with an empty net goal, got them into overtime, and then on the rebound, America gets the game winner. Nobody came in and stopped them, and just right there. 8-7, United States defeats Sweden at the World Juniors. Oh, hello, Tim. Hello, Sticks. A question for anybody who has been paying attention to hockey. The Kraken. Are they suddenly a decent team? Or does everybody else in their division / conference kind of suck? Because last time I looked at the standings, I was just surprised to see them up so high. Elvis Merzlikins. Now that is a hockey name if I have ever heard one. There's Darcy Kemper for the Capitals in goal. Oh, definitely. New goalies and everything. I mean, they're got two roommates who are huge hockey guys, as they have a lot of potential, but also tend to play down to opponents. Yeah. And we barely get about 5 seconds of play before we have to stop. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, don't worry about it, Tim. Don't worry about it in any way whatsoever, man. As we've seen many times over, life can somehow come around and interrupt life. Alright, finally the Blue Jackets have gotten it out of their zone and down into the Caps' end. First shot will go wide. Attempted centering pass will instead bounce to the corner. Now the fights along the boards begin for it. Caps are trying to clear it out, but the Jackets have regained control along the boards. Ref has to scurry out of the way, and the Caps will come up with it. Number 57, trying to get things organized, but feeling some pressure from the forecheck. And Kuznetsov will take it across, back to Ovechkin, and it's a good save by Elvis. And they try centering pass again. It stays for a moment, but they get it back out. And finally, the Blue Jackets are able to clear. The Pacific has been bad all year. Only this past week, more than two teams have a positive goal differential. Ugh. Well, Oshie got an interception, was able to bring it back into the middle. Strome loses the puck, and the Blue Jackets will finally get something going. 3-on-3, and Kemper sews it up. Oh, shot 74 miles per hour. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I definitely am going to need to adjust that. Give me just a moment, folks. There we go. It's feeling better. All right. So the Blue Jackets now have it back at their own end. Clock has started again. And they're able to do just a little more than dump it into the Caps' end and go on from there. Now these two teams are just disrupting each other that's the whole game. Nobody's been able to get into a really solid position to make a score. Seattle and the Knights are the only two teams that have been above water all year. Wow. Well, Seattle, you know, if it doesn't work out with the Seahawks, at least you've still got the Kraken. Great save by Elvis as we had an attempt coming down the far side of the ice for the Caps. Apparently this guy Elvis Merzlikin has not played since the 13th of December. So, whew. Uh-huh. Oh, that's the only goals you can have, Tim. Is some of the best ones are just making it through the day sometimes. Ovechkin has to get a new stick. Oh, cool. I'll check those out and when I get a moment, Tim. Caps will get possession of it. That shot will go wide, and now it will have to be covered up. Oof. Wow. Caps win the face-off, and they do get a shot from Ovechkin, but Elvis is there to make the save. Columbus is able to take it over to the far side of the ice, get it down into the Washington end along the backboards. Jack is unable to keep possession, had to dump it back out to the blue line. Attempted centering pass, shot is wide, and it will go out. And they will dump it in again. They're trying to sneak their way in, and the Blue Jackets have gotten possession again. The wraparound is attempted, and Kemper has to cover up. Clock will stop again at 16:36. All right. So far, we're having a nice little back and forth game. Every teams are being pretty disruptive to each other. Yeah, I'm a Caps fan, but I'm not like I wish death upon your team hockey fan. Oh yes, Johnny Gaudreau and Patrick Lane. Yeah, that is definitely something I think the Caps will have to worry about containing. Logan thinks the Lions season will come to an end on Sunday night. I think the Lions can defeat the Packers, but I don't know if they will. Yeah. Well, like I say, Bruce, I'm the least knowledgeable sports YouTuber that is out there, so I also kind of accept that I'm not going to know everybody, especially after kind of being away from the game for a very long time. So I will gladly take any education, any clarification that I can about who is who. And I always appreciate it when you guys are able to put that in. Hello, Foster. And Luke, you can stay for however long you want. However long you feel. Oh, high and wide shot by the Blue Jackets, and we're having a lot of action down the Washington end right now. Like, I'm excited to watch the Lions-Packers game. I decided just for a little bit of variety, I'm going to do the Rams-Seahawks game. Because one, that'll determine if the Lions can get into the playoffs at all. And two, I have a feeling that could be fun, not only from a game perspective, but also an entertainment perspective. It's Baker Mayfield. He could do something crazy or stupid. I think the thing that gives me the most pause when it comes to the Packers was how they fared against the Vikings. By the way, the Caps are taking it back down to their end. We'll lose it at center ice. And now we have a minor 2-on-1. Gaudreau was not able to maintain control. Has to put it back. Shot on Kemper goes wide. Gaudreau wins a possession battle in front of the net and goes top shelf on Kemper. 1-0 Blue Jackets. 14:41 in the first period. That was just nice. Oh, you're trying to take a sports break. Oh yeah, no, it was absolutely the I think it was absolutely the right decision, Bruce. Oh yeah? Yeah, I've heard a lot about Johnny Hockey. I've never gotten to see him play. Well, was able to get a little pass to him out of that muddle near the front of the goal. And it's 1-0 Capitals. Oh, you can't have those up right now. I remember you said it, Bruce. I remember. And Merzlikins will ball up that save. And the clock will stop at 4:12. Alright, so like I was saying about Lions-Packers, the way the Packers were able to not only hang so many points on the Vikings, but also to limit what was a very dangerous Vikings passing game with Thielen and Jefferson. So are they really doing that, Tim? They're considering eliminating the bye and putting an 8th team in on each side to make it fair just for 1 year. Oh God, I thought they had struck down that 8th seed rumor like during the episode of Clickbait. Oh. Wow. And even if that does turn out to be true, then, well, it'll be nice just to hang one on the Packers to end the season if we don't have to worry about it. Oh. Yeah, well, we won't know anything until we hear it from the league. So, more than ever, folks, don't listen to Adam Schefter. Well, when we have a stoppage in the game after a fierce bunch of possession battles due to an offsides in the Caps' end, we're down to 12:58 to go in the first. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. And but I think the Lions Packers is definitely going to be a good game. I mean, considering how the Pack have apparently gotten their act together over the past few games, I am just a little disappointed that I didn't win that drawing to go to the game itself. But hey, all the people who did win, I hope you all have a great time there. Oh, let me see if there's anything else that I messed up here. Nope. Oh, that covers everything. I caught up. We're still on a commercial break right now. For how long? They saw what Todd Downing did to them, and they said never again. Well, I suppose different people are motivated in different ways. And I guess if my team did get beaten by a team with an offensive coordinator that got busted for drunk driving, yeah, I think that's definitely something that would go up on the motivation board. Oh, apparently it was Kuznetsov, his own teammate, who tried to spray Ovechkin in the opening interview and instead blasted the sideline reporter with ice. As we are at 12:58 to go, Blue Jackets lead the Caps 1-0. And if you are just lurking, we're hanging out, checking out the Capitals Blue Jackets game. Tom Wilson is out. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people in the league are happy about that. An attempted kick around the boards does get it away from the Caps for a moment, but it isn't long before 73 is in control on the far side again. He will dump it back as he is tackled to number 56 and centering pass to 82. Caps hovering around. He went past Ovechkin. They attempted to center into the other side. It gets out through Ovechkin's legs, and a 2-on-1 now for the Blue Jackets. That one will go wide. Will get dumped back in. Tried to get it off, but just got knocked up in the air. Thankfully stayed in play. Blue Jackets have been able to keep it in the zone for the last 30 so odd seconds, close to a minute. Finally, the Caps have control and dump it out for a line change. So they didn't strike it down. They said they haven't presented a proposal. The players' union would have to approve it. Oh boy. Oh, and apparently one of the players on Washington's fourth line is out on maternity leave. So, and damn, the Caps just cannot get it out of their own zone. Kemper is able to make a great close-up save on his stick side. Now we've got dumped ahead to number 39. They're trying to get something quick going, but Blue Jackets came back and took possession once again. Lions will be an automatic win in it. All right, now the Caps have gotten down to the Blue Jackets' end. Very, very in line with the goal shot. Goes a bit wide. Gaudreau loses control, ends up bouncing the puck out of the zone by accident. And now here they come again, back in the Cap zone. Cycling it around, nice centering pass. Then the pass to the right wing corner, circle gets intercepted. Then the Caps lose it again at center ice. Man. Damn, now the bodies are just flying as they're trying to get control of the puck. Finally, Washington wins it. They push that stick off to the corner, whoever's stick it is. Allow the line change, lose a pass at center ice, and it goes out of play. $9:40 to go now in the first. So this would be the current look. Eagles versus Lions. Seattle would swap with Green Bay with a Green Bay win, so it would be Seattle versus Minnesota. And oh man. Minnesota versus New York. San Francisco versus Seattle. Oh, San Francisco versus Seattle. And then San Francisco versus the Packers. You know what? Either way, the San Francisco game is going to be entertaining as hell. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Oh. You know what? So either way, I'm going to have a fun time watching the NFL playoffs this year. No matter who's in, really. Oh, wow. I really like that. Hey, Pizzle. Just hanging out with Blue Jackets Capitals on in the background. Currently 1-0 in favor of Columbus. And William really wants the Vikings again for the Giants. I don't blame you. I mean, you were able to take care of them before. But while we have a moment as we're waiting for the action to get back, let's thank our sponsor, chicken flavored crackers. Tastes enough like chicken that my cat Angie keeps trying to steal them from me. And that chance was interrupted by the Caps. Blue Jackets have to regroup near the blue line. Attempted centering pass gets now to the back, and now the Caps have a possible 2-on-1. And great job by number 44 to get down and block the potential assist. Now we're fighting for it in the corner, and the Capitals will recover it near the blue line. And that shot gets deflected wide. Caps bring it around the board again. And that's once again gets deflected wide, glove side. Pass out from behind. Blue Jackets bring it out of their zone. We have a technical 3-on-2 happening right now. The attempted centering pass once again interrupted by the Caps defense. Blue Jackets collect at the blue line. We got 96 hovering around the right wing circle. Out round boards back to the left. And once again they have to dump it behind because of the constant pressure by the Blue Jackets forecheck. And finally the Caps do dump it, but the Blue Jackets player loses control. It's number 7, an attempted centering pass deflected wide. They tried to hold on for as long as they could, but the Caps were not able to keep it in the zone. Maybe they can get a little bit of pressure in. Of course, it would also help to not have turnovers in the neutral zone. Jets win, Steelers are in, Miami wins, they are in. Kansas City Chiefs versus Miami Dolphins or Pittsburgh Steelers. Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots, of course. It would be Bengals versus Ravens again. And Jacksonville versus the Chargers. How do you feel about that, Angie? About potentially playing the spotted kitty in the playoffs? She's in her box right now. She does not wish to be disturbed. And now we're getting a little bit more sloppy play that has allowed the Caps to get back into the Blue Jackets' end, but Ovechkin can't haul the pass in. Gathered back up at the top by 9 around to point. Then another pass intercepted by the Blue Jackets, who will clear. And they're willing to take their time and wait for everybody to show up. Because so far, they're the ones who've been in control in this game. Orlov gets a takeaway. We'll put it out to Ovechkin on the other side of the blue line, who will dump it back in as the line change happens. And then when they get back into the Blue Jacket zone, they have to fight for it along the boards. They tried to keep it moving, but the pass got stuffed, and the Blue Jackets are once again able to get out to the red line. A little bit of confusion as the Caps take it away and retreat back into their end to regroup. And a muffed pass off a stick allows the Blue Jackets to steal and make things difficult. Meanwhile, it is a full turnover to the Blue Jackets. They attempt a centering pass, bounces off a player's arm, goes back to the far side. It will be cleared, dribbles into the Blue Jackets' end, but they quickly have control as the Caps decide to do a line change, and they just dump it in to get their own taken care of. Oh, and they tried it. Backhander was wide. I don't know how to answer that for you, Luke. And if Barry can do the gritty, then I think he should have to do it as an apology if the Packers get eliminated. All right, shots are currently 9-7 in favor of Washington right now. Meanwhile, it seems like the Blue Jackets have just been a more dominating team in this game, or at least that's the impression I'm getting, that they're giving a lot of great pressure to the Caps in their own end and preventing them from... They have to really move to get down the ice. Sometimes it almost feels like they have to get lucky to move down the ice like that. Oh, hello, Yishi. We were just talking about the 49ers, mostly about whoever they end up playing. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of watching it. Yeah, Bruce, I do feel the Lions could beat the Packers. I think a big reason for that is our offensive and defensive lines. I've been seeing some great play, some great work out of those guys, not only protecting Goff, getting downfield to help block on runs and pass plays, but also the defensive line between Comiskey and Hutchinson being able to not only pursue but also adjust their playing style for different situations. I think my D-line gives me hope that we can make trouble for Aaron Rodgers, and my O-line gives me hope that we can have a nice ground game against them. Oh, absolutely, because, I mean, the best possibility is that it'll be 49ers Seahawks or 49ers Packers, and either way, that's just entertaining. Mm-mm. No. I think he definitely wants to get a national title for Michigan. I think that is the goal. That has been the goal. And I think he was going to stay there for as long as it takes to do it. And he already put out a release today about his intention to stay with Michigan. And I kind of wish that people would stop trying to link him to professional teams and maybe focus on developing, more of the great potential for coaches that we have here, except for Ben Johnson. He's ours and you can't have him. All right, tomorrow we've got the Sharks and the Ducks, the Rangers and the Devils, the Predators and the Maple Leafs, and then, Saturday is Rangers Devils, Wednesday is Predators Maples Leafs. Someday I'll learn how to read, and Wednesday, Sharks at Kings. Feel now that Michigan beat Ohio State, you think he'll quit, he doesn't want to suffer the ridicule of losing to them again next year. Nah. I mean, that's how it's going to be in a rivalry. You're going to end up losing sometimes. You're going to end up winning sometimes, even with, a strong team, a national championship contender. And the Bruins are out west right now. Oh. The old West Coast road trip. A tradition enjoyed by many an East Coast team. At the Kings tonight. I didn't. It's just. Okay, there's a weird feeling that I have about your answer, Bruce, and it's not directly towards you or because of anything you said, but it's just something that. There's something about Jim Harbaugh quitting his job so that he won't lose to Ohio State the following year. Oh, finally we get a stoppage of play at 2:31. There's just been a lot of possession battles. Nobody's been able to kind of establish themselves as an offensive presence. A lot of back and forth in the game so far. I mean, if we want to talk about ridicule, I don't think anybody suffered more ridicule over the past couple of years than Urban Meyer with, his horrible coaching job, his abysmal decision making, and then he had to crawl back to the college football game day show in order to get employed somewhere. And as far as I can understand the embarrassment of that causing someone to resign. Of allegations of abusing players, cheating on your wife in public, and, getting caught. And I think it's hard for football coaches to be embarrassed because some part of you has to get drilled into your head that losing is part of the game, and even though you do everything to prevent it, it can still happen. But it's only like individual efforts that can really embarrass a coach and a team. And now we have a stoppage of play. I think there's going to be a penalty on the Blue Jackets. Oh, Kyle Dubas has taken a ton of heat. Yeah, because like the Leafs kind of went all in trying to get some big pieces and big names. You know, John Tavares, master IKEA builder, is one. Bruce, I gotta be honest. There's very little of the TCU Michigan game that sticks in my mind, but I have a feeling I know which play you're talking about, although I can't remember how I felt about it at the time. Besides, Ohio State, doesn't. I've never heard about any of their coaches wanting to quit after losing to Michigan just so that losing to Michigan or even after beating Michigan. And Kemper once again deflects it. $13.6 to go. Luke, I'm assuming you're talking about the Red Wings? From the little that I've heard of the Red Wings, from the situations that they've been in to get themselves out from cap hell and rebuild, I think you'll get there. Oh yeah, we having all kinds of internet problems tonight. Yes, also a problem. 33 million invested in 3 players. 22 active to fit into 80 million. So that's 19 players who have to take the next 47 million. And full rosters in both major and minor clubs. Yeah. I think that's why it's so hard to get those to get, those huge massive deals in hockey, because it's a smaller sport. They have less money to work with, so they have to get much more creative and really evaluate if players are right for them. Oh, I'm sure they have stretched a great deal, and probably it would not surprise me that any of the players that the Leafs lose to having to do creative accounting on, I'm sure that they have lost some good and foundational pieces that really could have helped out the team if they had the room. But I think that's a little bit more of Mr. Steve Dangle's department than my own. As much as I, look in on his videos from time to time, I can't say that I understand the Leafs anywhere near as well as he does. Oh, wow. I just realized we have actually reached the first intermission. So, while my internet problems continue, I'm going to try something just for my own sanity. Please, please, please don't put any noise in there. Oh, hell. Alright, Luke, I think I did put it in. What it should say in the community tab is we've got course, Caps Blue Jackets tonight, and then I'll be doing Tennessee Jacksonville because I just don't want to watch that afternoon game by the Chiefs. And then I'm going to be doing the Rams Seahawks game, strictly because of the playoff implications for the Lions, and I figure most of my audience is going to be watching, Lions Packers on Tom's channel anyways. So that seems like the more rocking environment in which to enjoy that game. And yeah, there it is. Unfortunately, because of my equipment issues, and I know exactly which piece of equipment it is, I don't have any music for the intermission, but I gotta take a pause for the cause, and we will be back in about 5 or so for the second period of Capitals Blue Jackets here on another stupid sports show. You never know how much you miss the music until it's gone. But meanwhile, we'll set that back up. And, Logan's got a scouting report for the Badgers. A true sophomore transferring from Virginia Tech had 7.5 sacks. Now, I know because college football is a little bit different with style of play. Logan, if you're listening, is 7.5 sacks a good number for a defender in college football to get for a season? Meanwhile, I'll get that in. And just for the sake of my own sanity, NFL playoff picture. Well, damn. My goodness. It is so weird to see the Lions involved in that list. I just enjoy it. Alright, Luke, hopefully this trip to bed is successful for you in whatever manner that may be. Perfect. Yep, John, we're doing hockey tonight. So far, the Blue Jackets have been physically dominating the Capitals, who've been having to use a bit more speed to get down the ice and get any chances on goal. But so far, I don't think they're out of it. They just need to be careful, because they gave up a pretty quick and easy goal to Johnny Hockey right in front of the net. Oh, yeah, gotta do that, definitely. Let's go over just for a moment, just because you all can input what you think on this too, those who have some knowledge. Logan has said that the Packers are going to draft Badgers outside linebacker Nick Herbig in 2023. At the time he told me this, he already had 11 sacks leading all of college football. He says that Marvin Harrison Jr. will be a future Packer. The Badgers are winning the national championship next year. Quentin Johnson will go to the Packers. Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee will go to the Packers. And of course, about the Badgers' young transfer today. If any of that sounds, a little too far off to any of you, please let me know. Well, he's given me those people to keep an eye on, and yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. did do some good things in the season, but Quentin Johnston, oh, that man, he made some magic happen for TCU, and hopefully he can get it done in the game this coming Monday for them. Oh, good, it does look like my signal is working again. Meanwhile, Hurricanes are up 1-0 on a power play goal, and then the Predators have come back to tie it 1-1 at the first intermission, and that man has an impressive mustache. I'm glad to see the mustaches are coming back. Logan's word on it for now. But at least now I have some names that I can plant in my head. Oh, here's the gold medal game for the juniors where, it's all Canada with 9:27 to go in the second. 2-0 over Czechia. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, I acknowledge that, but intermission report drags on. Well, while it does, we'll take a moment to say thank you to another one of our sponsors here on another Stupid Sports show. Sioux City Sarsaparilla. Oh, that's good stuff. And now I vaguely remember doing this last year, but yeah. I just want to take a moment to do a little informal rundown of all the teams and how I think their seasons have gone. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible for every single one. Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to just go through the AFC, then the NFC. So, Baltimore Ravens fans, I'm sorry, you seem like you're in hell. Between all of the injuries and why are we paying Lamar and having to scrape together like second and third string everything, this has not looked like a fun season for you. And let's hope the next one is better. Bengals, damn. You know what? I think these Bengals are for real. It's not a one-off thing. And I couldn't be happier. Browns, I just have nothing to say to you. And we all know why. Steelers, Jesus, Mike Tomlin will never let his team have a losing record, no matter what. Oh, but I don't think you guys are going very far in the playoffs. Buffalo, we're all rooting for you. You know we are. And if you didn't know it before, then you know it now. Miami Dolphins, yeah. We were rooting for you. We were. And it just sucks the way this season has gone for you all. But I think assuming that Tua can recover and get back to his usual level of play, then I think you'll be around for a while. Patriots, you know what? Just go with it. Just go with it. Enjoy it while it's here. Do not try to question it. We do not excuse the nonsense. Just go with it. The New York Jets. Well, you definitely outperformed expectations, I think. And now it's much clearer what needs to improve on the team in order for you to become frightening on both sides of the ball. And just in the name of driving everybody else in the AFC East crazy, I'm excited for that. Oh, Ovechkin got selected to the All-Star roster. I am surprised. All right. Houston Texans for this year. Lovie Smith has a cool beard. And, yeah, he has a cool beard. Indianapolis Colts. Why must you hurt us? Just why? This could have been so much fun. And yet you had to be the Colts. I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Jacksonville Jaguars. Just embrace this chaos. And I know you Jacksonville fans are capable of it, because I've seen how enthusiastic you could be. As I told someone not too long ago that the Jacksonville Jaguars fans are the juggalos of NFL fandom. They may appear to be friggin' crazy, but they're basically good people. Oh, nothing, Logan. We were just going over all of your football predictions and players that you've told me to keep an eye on for their future inclusion in the Packers roster. All right. Back to my year-end summaries for all the teams. Tennessee Titans. Just why? Why? By the way, we got second period has started and the clock will stop at 8:34, I believe. After that save by Darcy Kemper. Yeah, Foster, you got here just in time. The Denver Broncos. You know what? I'm not even going to bother to pile on. It's all been said. You all have been roasted, not only as a team, but as a fan base. And holy crap, the Capitals just scored. Flying in out of nowhere and just taking a hack at it is Oshie. And like that, the Caps are on the board with 18:09 to go in the second period. Oh, wow, it was literally him just flying in out of nowhere. Yep, cleared up, back to the blue line. Attempted shot in, and while a couple of people are fighting over who will control it in front, Oshie just comes in and hits a little underneath the goalie, and we are tied at 1. Yeah. People of Walmart, the team. Exactly. Yeah. Sad but true. Kansas City Chiefs. Ah. You remember that period in WWE where the joke was John Cena wins, LOL? That's kind of where we are now with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, Chiefs win, of course. Las Vegas Raiders. Well, we have a stoppage in play and a scrum going on as the Caps were just trying to protect their goalie who had just scooped up the puck. Oh. Raiders, I got nothing to say to you. You come out of nowhere to scare the hell out of everybody last year, and then you just go and feel so flat even after you get Devontae Adams in there? Oh. Yeah. Rich Bisaccia. Oh, look at that. We're about to have a 4-on-4 from that stoppage. And yes, I'm going to use the possession arrows to possession squares to indicate power play. Oh yeah. Las Vegas Raiders, I don't get you, but I wouldn't be surprised if you tried to leave Josh McDaniels in baggage claim. The Chargers, I am only allowed to say positive things about you because of who is sleeping about 2 feet away from me. So far, we're down to 1:30 left in the 4-on-4, and nobody's been able to get a good shot on goal. But the Chargers made the playoffs. Good for them. Now the Caps are going to try to reconfigure and get in, and they cannot keep control of the puck. It gets poked away by Blue Jackets, and they will attempt to make their way up the ice. And that shot gets deflected wide, and immediately the Capitals are able to claim it again. Gets dumped in. They're trying to get a line change in. Maybe an opportunity for Ovechkin to fire up the howitzer. And it's not going to happen this time because the Blue Jackets were able to break it down into the Caps' end again. But they weren't able to keep it there. And so now the Caps have control once again. That shot by 56, saved by Elvis. Blue Jackets get the rebound. Only 20 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Johnny Gaudreau gets it into number 29, back to Patrick Lind, who was mentioned to me before. Oh, and now somebody figures out how to recover a rebound, and nope, they just lost the puck again. And here come the Caps trying to get in one last thing before the power play ends, and it's not going to happen. They lose control, have to bring it around the boards. And now the scrapping along the boards comes again for the puck. And the Caps are able to keep it in. They have to dump behind again, but oh, never mind. Columbus got it back, and they're just going to dump it in as they go for a line change. Caps try to take advantage of it, but there's already too many people back. Meanwhile, Jones came in like a shot to try to get something going up the middle, but couldn't find anybody to pass to or a clear shot. So he had to just awkwardly skate away, and now it's a fight for control along the far side of the boards. Blue Jackets attempt a 2-on-2, and then it turns into a 1-on-2 because what is puck control? And finally, the Caps just dump it into the Blue Jackets' end. Sorry for getting distracted there, but there's apparently a game going on. We haven't gone through the NFC yet, so there was just suddenly exciting things started happening. And right now, each team is having real trouble, getting any clear shots on goal. And a complete whiff by that Blue Jackets player gives the Capitals the puck back. They've able to work it down, but that pass gets intercepted. And now the Blue Jackets have a turn with it. Trying to take 2 guys against 4 in the offensive end while they give time for a line change. And now, finally, Jackets have it back. There is it. Oh, we do have a delayed penalty coming on the Capitals. And they may have... Oh. Attempted shot. Gets intercepted, and play will stop. We're down to 13-11. Looks like it's going to be a number 92 for hooking. And so With that, the Capitals now go on the power play. We have a commercial break as well, so let's get to the NFC teams. Chicago Bears. All right, we've established Justin Fields is your guy. Now try not to get him killed. And that's it. Detroit Lions. They already beat my expectations for the year. Whatever happens from now is golden. Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to say this is a run-the-table season, but I would laugh hysterically if it was a run-the-table season. Minnesota Vikings, why must you disappoint me? Yes, you won the North, but you have not been very, very dominating, and especially after that Packers game, ooh, your luck may have run out. I still wish good things for you guys, but ooh. Dallas Cowboys. I'm not a believer. Call me when they get to the NFC Championship. New York Giants. I know they definitely defied their fans' expectations for this season. So, considering you're playing with a practice squad, you know, that's the best, all the kudos in the world. Meanwhile, the Caps are trying to get some shorthanded opportunities because apparently, oh my God, they said 21st in power play? Oh. And they're losing puck battles along the boards to this penalty kill for the Capitals, and here we got another shorthanded for number 80. That shot will go wide. And it goes out of play. Whew. I was a little bit off on the timer. Forgive me. Philadelphia Eagles. Because of my time spent in Philadelphia for the Donovan McNabb years, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for them. So, fly, Eagles, fly. Just remember, run the damn ball. Now, Sillinger's got it across the blue line for the Blue Jackets. Now they have to play position battles along the boards, and Caps are able to clear it. Well, that's the thing, William. I think because you had no idea what kind of I hesitate to say monster that Dable was going to create with Daniel Jones. It wasn't clear what kind of culture he was going to create, but once again, I think that moment where Brian Dable was yelling at Daniel Jones on the bench after he threw a pick, I think that did something to him, and it changed him in a very positive way. Ovechkin missed on that one. Now we're back at full strength, by the way. Oh yeah, Dable. Oh, Sillinger used to be on the Blues? Was he part of the Cup team? I would say that, yeah, is between, I would say, Dable, Dable or Campbell for Coach of the Year at this point. And maybe Doug Peterson if the Jaguars win a playoff game. So, currently the shot count is Washington 17, Columbus 11. And that'll be a save for Elvis against Washington. That shot coming in at 89 miles per hour. And now finally the Capitals have set up a little encampment. That one timer gets blocked, and now we got a Blue Jacket trying to get up the far side, but is not able to outskate the defenders. And once again, we are back in the Blue Jackets' end of the ice. Ava would say Dable only because of how injured the Giants are. No, that is a fair point, Ava. Whew. Wow, apparently Columbus hasn't had a shot on net in 5 minutes. That's not good. Oh, man. Washington just out of nowhere takes the lead. 2-1. We're down to 8:45. All right, let's see how this happens. Thank you, replay. So there's Abe Kubel. He gathers it at the blue line, brings it back in, and they don't. Nobody just nobody goes to defend against him. They don't know. They couldn't decide who was going to go in and play defense on him. They were just frozen. Jeez. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's on the Sillinger. It's on the Blues in the mid-2000s. I think that's his son. Okay. All right. Well, I guess technically I'm cheering for the Capitals because I was raised a Capitals fan, Ava, but oh yeah, that was a nice quick goal. Great effort by number 96 for Washington. And I'm just honestly the defense just froze up and let him have it. It was that simple. All right, back to the list because we're on commercial timeout again. We just finished with the Eagles, Washington Commanders. And just know this is coming from a former Washington fan. We are all waiting. All of us are waiting for the day that Snyder is gone. And when he is, we're all going to throw a party. And the biggest gift will be from me, and the card attached will say, "Thank you for firing his ass." Atlanta Falcons. You did better than we expected. So, kudos to that. You got Ritter his first win in the NHL. A positive step. Just try to be less like you in the future. Think opposite of what you want to do. Carolina Panthers. First, you were the punchline. Then you were a meme. Then you were a threat. And then now you are the scapegoat. But I'll admit you did do better than many people thought you would. So hopefully you can keep scaring people next season. New Orleans Saints. Taysom, get me a handkerchief. Please dry my tears. I don't know what to do with y'all, and I'm not sure that the management does either. We'll continue this after we get back to the action. Yeah. All right. Now we got the Blue Jackets and the Caps fighting for it down the Caps' end this time. Attempted centering pass gets deflected, and the Blue Jackets are able to gather it back to the blue line, and it bounces! That one-timer bounces over the goalie's leg, and the Blue Jackets have tied it again. We got a game, folks. I'm just not able to recover any of those rebounds. They work it along, and it goes under his leg and gets deflected in, I think. Nope. Went under his arm. It went under his glove side. Okay. Oh, hello, Kip and Em. Glad to have you here. We're just taking in the Capitals Blue Jackets game, and it is now tied in the second period, 2-2. What are we at now? Oh, we've got 7 minutes left in this period. Oh yeah, we were just talking about the Panthers. Em saying that y'all went from being the punchline to the meme to the threat, and now you're the scapegoat because you let the Buccaneers back in. But hey, y'all did better than people thought you. I think a lot of people thought you would this season. Yeah. Well, I call scapegoat because you gave us Tom Brady bullshit in the playoffs again. So, we're all kind of suffering from that. Oh yeah. And the Packers. I will actually be doing a special video for the Lions-Packers game this weekend. I believe what I said, Kip, is I don't know if this is a run the table year for you guys, but if it is a run the table year for you guys, I will laugh hysterically. Oh yeah, Wilkes definitely deserves a second year, I think. Packers can now make it in with a loss even as long as Seattle loses. So essentially, because of all of this, the Packers are in the playoffs. Because they're in with a win, they're in if they lose. We need Seattle to lose. So no matter what. Or how is this going to work? All right, game has resumed. Oh, and now we've got Some nice checking against the boards as it gets dumped back out to center ice. Olivier was attempting to rally to gather it deep, but the Caps recover. It gets dumped in. And Columbus will come out with it. Have to bounce it back in to number 2, who will clear it out to center ice, but it gets scooped up by the Caps instead. And now we bounce back again. From the Blue Jacket zone, back to the Caps. Wrist shot deflected wide by Kemper. Cleared by the Caps out to center ice. Controlled by the Blue Jackets, however, who tried to dump back in, but immediately it's grabbed again. Got 3-on-3 developing. Line A has got the puck again. A drive from the blue line, save made. Puck dribbles back to the red line, and the Caps now have a quick opportunity. Centering pass goes wide, though. And will get dumped back in. And that one definitely goes wide of the net. Capitals recover it at the red line, dump it back in, and we have to go chasing it for it in the corner. Orlov at the line dumps it into number 59. Tries to do a centering pass, but it is missed. Caps recover it by the blue line, but cannot control it and have to recenter behind the goal. That centering pass was beaten down, cleared by the Blue Jackets, but could not control it in the neutral zone. Apparently we make it in with win or tie, John. And the Predators and the Canes are tied now? Oh, man. Oh, a nice try on the doorstep, but Elvis makes the save. Back to Oshie. And then back to Strome. That shot goes wide, but gets tapped in at the end. Oh, wow. 3-2 lead now, Capitals. Yeah, here it comes. Back to Strome. There's the wrister. And it just floats in. Oh, yeah, it just floated in. I thought it hit the dude's helmet. I think Seahawks. I think Seahawks are winning in, aren't they? They're still winning in. Now can have potential 8th seed with a tie or a loss and a Seattle loss. Oh, hit the dude's shoulder. And we get another save by Merzlikins as the Capitals are starting to become a more frequent presence down here in the Blue Jackets side of the ice. The Seahawks need the Pack to lose. The Seahawks need a win and a Lions win. Okay. And that was a block by Goodbranson on that shot. Caps trying to get it together on the near side, but cannot find. Glove save made by Elvis. Blue Jackets are able to control the rebound and maybe get it out of their zone. Yes, they are, but can't do much more than dump it and allow a line change. Meanwhile, Jensen is across the line for the Cowboys, and they are trying again to add to their total. They are going for pizza tonight. That's what these Capitals are doing. And there's number 4 by Hathaway going top shelf as the goalie was on the ground. Yeah. Al 103 to go in the second. Remember, and for those who don't know, it was a tradition at Capitals home games that if the Capitals scored 6 goals or more, that everybody in the building would get a coupon free for a small pizza at local chain Jerry's Subs and Pizza. Yeah, I think they're just going to call it no contest. And I have to tell you, because of the fact that one of the chains that I grew up with in my area was called Jerry's and they sold pizza, that Jerry's pizza that Mr. Tate had in his abode, the logo is essentially the same as Jerry's Pizza, same font and everything. And it makes me laugh so much that it was a pizza that got him busted. Oh. Yeah. No, well, they, no, I don't think it's, I think it's just because, trademarks, and it's much harder sometimes to defend trademarks and whatnot in other countries, and copyright law can, screw with things. And it was just somebody who was like, well, nobody's going to mistake us for the pizza chain in Maryland, obviously, because we're in Romania. So... Meanwhile, second period ends, and the 4-2 Capitals over the Blue Jackets. I don't think it's going to be made up, John. I don't think so. At this point, I'm not sure that there is anything in position that will allow them to make it up. Well, oh good. Now that we have reached the second intermission, I can finish out my year-end summaries of all the NFL franchises. We just left off with New Orleans, Tampa Bay, so you're here too. Enjoy it while it lasts. Arizona? Fuck it. Fire him. Fire him, eat the money, take the loss, learn your lesson, just get rid of Kingsbury. Please. Do you remember how hyped you made everybody last season? The Hail Murray and all of that? Oh. Just get rid of Kingsbury, please. Los Angeles Rams. Damn. At a certain point, it stopped being funny. And now that you're down to Baker Mayfield at QB, not a necessity because of injury after injury, well, I think that might have been the best thing to get your team back in the general NFL's good graces. Please beat Seattle. San Francisco 49ers. You scare me. I'm not even exaggerating. You all scare me. And I don't think you have scared me this much since Steve Young took them to the Super Bowl. And I remember that one very clearly because it was the only time the Chargers ever went. So I got a front row seat to my mom being disappointed in her football team in the Super Bowl. But yeah, the Niners were dominant that year. And this could, depending on how the 49ers handle it, this could be a very, very long off season for the NFC West. And finally, Seattle. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just so happy for Geno Smith. I'm totally cool with you guys making it into the playoffs and not us. Really. Like, nobody ever thought Geno Smith would be back and doing anything of note in the NFL. And, and now look. You even invested in offensive line help. Yeah, he ain't right back. So I won't be upset if y'all win on Sunday. I'll just hope you piss off at least somebody with a first round elimination. Oh yeah. No, it's always rough when you see a QB go into a big pressure situation like the Jets always are just because of the New York sports market. And yeah, like I said, the Geno Smith redemption tour has been a thing of beauty to watch. Hello, Michael. Glad to have you here. Hope the evening's been treating you well. We've just been taking in what turned into an actual hockey game. The Caps are leading the Blue Jackets 4-2. Oh, and apparently the All-Star selections for the NHL have been made. And they definitely put in some new kind of format with division-specific teams, and I don't get it, and I'm not sure any of the fans either get it or understand or care. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense that Ovi is not on the All-Star team. He gets automatic All-Star from now to forever for not only sticking around on the team but also taking them to the cup and still producing. Oh. Yeah. And I will say about this NFL season in general, I had fun. For as much people complained about, the level of play had fallen off, the games were lower scoring. I enjoyed myself more this season, I think, than I ever have watching football. and y'all are a big part of that. You know, no matter what's been going on with the games, doing this has made it much more fun. Oh yeah, well the lines look better. That was just fun to see. hmm NHL All-Star Game has been a 3-on-3, 3 versus 3 tournament. Teams are divisions. Oh. Just from all of the odd rises and collapses, the disappointments, and the unknown roads that we have ended up going down, whether for good or for bad. Yeah, this has definitely been a fun year. And I'm looking to improve it even more for next year. So, the ideas are percolating, folks. And if I ever get a real budget for this, watch out. We're going to be dangerous. All right. And to drive that point home, because I have no real budget, I don't have music for the break, which I will take after I read Michael's comment here. As a Rams fan, this season is so painful to watch. I'd be happy if the team can play spoilers and beat the Seahawks in Seattle on Sunday. Yeah, I don't blame you, Michael. This seeing the Rams collapse the way they did, specifically because of injuries, was uh it's just not a way anybody ever wants to see a season go for a team. But yeah, please beat the Seahawks. All right, we're going to take a little pause for the cause. Unfortunately, no music because of technical difficulties. Sorry, but we'll be back for period 3 of Caps Blue Jackets on another Stupid Sports Show in just a few. Oh, don't worry, Tim. A lot of us were behind, and or just trying not to pay attention to it because at a certain point, you can get, you can at least, you can get overwhelmed by, the news or the lack thereof. Oh, oh yeah. But as far as they also know, they have been able to find no signs of neurological damage for Hamlin as well. So it's just a matter of now, I think, him recovering to the point where he can, they feel confident releasing him from the hospital. Yeah, minor cardiac event. Oh, oh, I hope I'm years off from a cardiac event. Oh boy. So I'm glad that the Caps are doing well tonight. I know they're not exactly the most dominant team in the world, I think, but yeah, they seem to be holding their own against Johnny Hockey and the Blue Jackets. Yeah. Exactly. How do you call anything cardiac minor? Uh, well, yeah. You know what? I don't pretend to understand. I don't pretend to understand doctors or meds anymore. So, nope, still waiting on second intermission shenanigans to end. And yeah, if the Capitals manage to score 6 goals for this game, I am definitely having me some late night pizza. Only a heart scuffle. Yeah. Oh, of course that's what I need to put in there. Oh, well, I think we're coming back, folks. They are now advertising the start of the third, going through the score upon score. That did go off his helmet. It went off the dude's helmet and in. I don't care. I don't care what they say. That very clearly bounced. Oh, thank goodness for helmets. Oh. Yeah, hey, no. Hey, no reason to ever apologize for having to deal with the more disgusting functions of this meat sack. Bounced off a player's knee into a helmet. Oh my gosh, that's just goofy. That's just fucking goofy. That's what that is. He's a pinball wizard. Has to be a tryst. Pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist shot. And there goes the start of the third period. Oh my. Well, he ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzers and bells, won't see no lights a flashing. He plays by sense of smell. He always gets a replay, never tilts at all. A deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. Yeah. Some of us were raised on Peppa Pig, some of us were raised on Yellow Submarine. Well, finally, the Blue Jackets have control of the puck, and they're not even able to get it in. They have to dump it in. Kemper gloves it, and now we're going to have to do some more fighting along the boards. But it got deflected over the glass, out of play. 8:56 is a stopper. Yeah, since some of us were raised on Tommy or Blue's Clues. Yeah. I definitely did not grow up. I definitely did not grow up on the normal childhood materials. I do know that. Wow, Milano was able to take the puck all the way through, and then they accidentally dump it out of the zone again. Oh, God. Yeah, I think I can't remember a thing about the shows that I would watch as a kid except for Yellow Submarine, the Beatles movie. Like, for as weird and trippy as that movie was, I watched that as a kid and friggin' loved it. Went from Nickelodeon to the Food Network. I never watched. I think I aged out of Disney Channel shows right as they were really becoming a thing. Half a hole anyway. If you give the rest to Jeremy, he could fix it to keep his mind from wandering. Now the Blue Jackets have it going the other way, but can only get themselves trapped in the corner. Finally, the Jackets are able to work it free, bring it back behind the net, attempt for a wraparound, get stopped by Kemper, and they're all fighting for control again. The Jackets come around on the far side, but that centering pass will get intercepted by the Capitals and brought out to the other zone, where, once again, they cannot control the puck. Another shot goes wide. Oh, hello, Kung Fu. Yes, the ice ball goes slide, Kung Fu. And that wrist shot was wide. At least we're getting some action. The Blue Jackets may hit 20 shots in this game. Right now it's 30-27 in favor of Washington. And another great opportunity by Kuznetsov missed his. Blue Jackets are able to bring it back, but not control it again, and it bounces out of the zone. I'm doing well, Kung Fu. Just been enjoying the fact that hockey is back, and because I don't think you were here for my earlier year-end assessment of the NFL teams. I just wanted you to know that for the Chiefs, it is that you are now the meme. John Cena wins. LOL. Oh yeah, the pinball goal, that was something. Puck goes off a dude's stick, hits another player's leg, then bounces off, hits another dude's helmet, and then goes over the goalie. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets have just scored and they're about to fire the damn cannon again. I wonder how many people know that that Ohio was a Union state. With 17 to go, the Blue Jackets are back within one. It just means that there was a period in WWE where it was like, oh, it's just because Cena wins, just because it's John Cena, he wins everything. And so now the Chiefs are now John Cena. We just kind of expect you guys to be here. Logan is trying to name it the Boing Boing Boing. I think we might have another another space for the future bingo board. Pinball goal. Oh, this could be negated. Washington challenged the play, revealed that the Blue Jackets were offside, so it is no goal. Yes, I'm still watching. I unfortunately decided to put on ESPN, because they happen to be showing the conference from the Bills coach and Josh Allen this afternoon. And then I kept listening after the conference was done, and my IQ dropped. Anyone on the Lions staff, excluding Campbell, gets fired. At this point, it would depend on which coach it is and what side of the ball. If anybody... But no, I think after they fired the defensive backs coach, that definitely, I think, got some people awake. No, we don't want the Titan strength coach, Foster. All right, clock's being 14:35. And once again, Washington attempts a quick strike, but the Blue Jackets batter it back into the Washington zone, but unable to gain control or get any kind of offensive momentum. That pass was batted away with a lost stick. And once again, the Caps kind of failed to do anything with it. And it looks like we're about to get a penalty here as well. Damn. I think one of the Blue Jackets is about to go to the penalty box for tripping. Yep. Oof. So now the Blue Jackets are on the power play. And quack to you, Leif. And just so because I know you're here now, I say it to you. It's cool if you guys win tomorrow, because the Geno Smith Redemption Tour has been a blast to watch. You mean he's finally discovered he has talent on this defense? And it took him this long to see it? Who knows what goes on in the minds of men like Joe Barry? Oh yeah, the chaos. For the chaos, I loved watching Geno do it. And just like that, Caps get the power play goal. And it's now 5-2. Yeah. The best, they're not going to fire him because still look how much oxygen we're giving him. You see? I don't even want to give him that oxygen, man. Like, he could just continue saying his stupid little shit, Mr. Skip Bayless, wherever he wants, because I have discovered that he has very little value to say anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, besides, any kind of decent writer will read something they are about to make public just to consider how it could be interpreted and whether things could be made clearer. All right. Have a good night, Tim. Glad you're able to stick around for a little bit. Oh no. Well, let me see if Angie's even here to accept the nomination, True North. Oh no. She's been in here the whole time. The box cats have returned. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should. At this point, I'm fine with Angie being Speaker of the House. Of course, now the vote is splitting. Kip wants to vote for the duck. Yeah, I felt if that was the point, he had to either not bring up, get more direct with saying that the games and the seedings are not important, because for going on about it in as much detail as he did, I think is what made people think that that was what he cared about the most. And Kung Fu votes for the whiteboard. And M goes for the and M votes for Monty. No. And of course, Ava is present. Oh, Jesus, my country. Oh. And Foster votes for the cursed M hat. Oh, they try another wraparound, but it will not happen. Cap's just trying to keep a little more control, prevent the Blue Jackets from doing anything. Nearly get a takeaway right in front of the goal, but the Blue Jackets now control it out to the red line and offsides. You changed your vote to the Bingos. Ah. Oh God, are they on round 12? All right. They're on round 12. There's only... Okay. Sorry. Have to find it. Have to find it. Wait. Nope, I'm going to have to just copy that. And this is... this is the soundtrack for the rest of the night. Oh. Ava, it can be both. Believe me, it can be both. Have you ever seen the movie Brazil? It can be both. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, so do I. And I try not to talk about them because it's impossible to, especially over the past recent years, for it to cause tempers to flare, especially for a sports show where, it's supposed to be a uniter. But when it can't help but result in moments like that where people are just riffing off of each other, It's when the normal people are doing better than the comedy writers. And I know because I've seen the sketches that get done on the Fox NFL pregame, and those things are terrible. Ugh. What is this news, you say? Let's see. The AFC Championship game will be played at a neutral site if the participating teams played an unequal number of games and both could have been the number one seed and hosted the game. Had all AFC clubs played a full 17 regular game season. Yeah, I think they like it being, material that they can control, do more in-house. All right. Those circumstances involve Buffalo or Cincinnati qualifying for the game as a road team and are listed below. Okay. Buffalo, Kansas City both win or both tie a Buffalo, Kansas City championship game would be at a neutral site. Scenario number 2. Buffalo and Kansas City both lose and Baltimore wins or ties. A Buffalo, Kansas City championship game would be at a neutral site. Okay. Buffalo, Kansas City both lose in scenario 3 and Cincinnati wins. That would put it would be a Buffalo or Cincinnati versus Kansas City game would be at a neutral site. Okay. Number 2. If Baltimore defeats Cincinnati in Week 18, it will have defeated Cincinnati, a divisional opponent, twice, but will not be able to host a playoff game because Cincinnati will have a higher winning percentage for a 16-game schedule than Baltimore will for a 17-game schedule. If Baltimore defeats Cincinnati, and if these two clubs are scheduled to play a wild card game against one another, the site for that game would be determined by a coin toss. If Cincinnati wins the Week 18 game, or if Baltimore and Cincinnati are not scheduled to play one another in the wild card round, the game sites would be determined by the regular scheduling procedures. Okay. So we have essentially all the possible weird scenarios I think that could happen now. Okay. Yeah, I think it's glorious, glorious nonsense. I love it. Well, Washington's on the power play again, by the way. We're down to like 7 and change to go in the third period. Yeah. Bills-Bengals game has been called a no contest. The AFC playoffs is a mess. the gist is the Lions win the Super Bowl. Man, I think you're higher than I am, Foster, because I didn't read that at all, and there's Ovechkin with his damn stick. We're getting pizza. This is why we need strong leadership to fight NFL red tape. Vote Angie for speaker. Yeah, they found Ovi in his spot. Yep. Yeah, that special Ovi spot. If you know, you know. And now it looks like people are starting to get a little chippy along the boards. That is a good question, Kip. How does it affect fantasy championships? Damn, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure a lot of championship belts are hanging in the balance right now. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I came last in my mod league. Yeah, like a double count out. Uh-oh. Question for me and the chat. Start bench cut, loaded nachos, burritos, tacos. Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh, and now I'm really getting hungry. Yeah, but I think Rebecca did win the mod league, and I cannot wait to see what special engraving will go on her belt, because we have a legit championship belt for the mod league. It's green and it's wonderful. Everybody has got a lot of people starting nachos, benching tacos, and cutting burritos. William starts the tacos. Oh. Man, nobody likes burritos. What? What is with all the burrito hate? I mean, I'm not exactly, you know, fawning all over them as a food source, but oh crap, they went to overtime in that game? Oh man. And Foster's cutting tacos. Burritos are just undercooked nachos. You know what? I think my honest answer for this, as of this moment, start tacos, bench burritos, cut nachos. I know. Maybe I've never had good nachos, but I've just never been able to get into them. That's all. All right, well now it's 6-2, and the time is ticking down. And the Caps are doing their best to keep it in the Blue Jackets' end. So the MetLife nachos are good. Let me just make a note of that. The MetLife nachos are good. Hey, well, of course they're expensive, Foster. They're in an NFL stadium, so they're going to be absurdly overpriced. But oh, you know what, Kip? When I go back to Lambeau, which I'll probably do next season, I've had I've had great fun every time that I've gone to Lambeau, and yeah, I think I'm going to make it a yearly thing. I have to remember to try the cheese curds. Oh, look at the Blue Jackets getting a shot on goal. Good for them. I mean, it was an easy save for Kemper, but, well, they got the shot. And oh, and apparently we still have we're still playing injured, but doing well as of late. At least that's what the announcers are saying. I don't know if I believe them, but I mean, they wouldn't lie to us about a thing like that. Oh, yeah. Giants season ticket holders do get a free medium soda, so. Well, ideally, Kip, I will be going for the Packers-Lions game if it's early in the season, just because I don't think I could. I don't think I could do Lambeau in that cold winter. Oh, Titan Stadium does local options. That's cool. So ideally, it'd be Packers Lions. You know, if that's when they have it at Lambeau early in the season. Otherwise, I'll try to find some Lambeau game that looks like it'll be fun. And this year, I picked the Jets, and as it turned out, it was, well, I can say now that seeing the attitude and what the Packers fans went through that day against the Jets, I don't I don't blame them for being excited because they definitely cleaned their act up. Hmm. It certainly was a game that was played. Don't go to Buffalo in late November. That shot by Orlov gets wide. We're down to about, yeah, 1 minute or so. We finally have a turnover, but they're unable to keep control for long, and the Caps continue to burn the clock. Mm-hmm. Ooh. The only thing that even tempts me about it would be just to experience the Bills Mafia in its full insanity. And yeah, I I admit, True North. By the way, the Caps have won. This game is essentially over, 6-2. But that whole thing, as soon as Jair did the gritty on Justin Jefferson, I was like, oh, things are serious now. Things are serious. Oh, Canada won? Hey, good for them. Canada won the World Juniors gold medal game. All right, so this is a decent night for some sports. Washington won us some pizza, 6-2 over the Blue Jackets, and one of the Caps fans just gave his stick away to someone in the Columbus crowd. I'm not sure who. Maybe it was a traveling fan or something, but it was nice to see doing with the visitors. Oh yeah, but I'll have my game for next season figured out, Kip, when the schedules come out. And as soon as that's figured out, I'll start investigating, which one's going to be the winning game. But yeah, that's it. I'm glad we got to do this tonight. And I was lucky enough to see a Caps victory. And, we all got to hang out for a little while. Do a little talking, a little catching up, a little friendly debate and discussion, which I'm always appreciative of. Unfortunately, no music, but hopefully I'll have that solved fairly shortly. Oh yes, no, it's definitely got to get back there, Kip. Got to get back there. But thank you so much for being here. I'm Jim B. This has been another Stupid Sports Show on 106.9 Click FM Internet Community Radio.